welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. We're doing a yes or no pick a card. Today we're doing things a little different. I have everything already pre-selected for the piles. So pile 1 with the Hidden Light Tarot, pile 2 in the middle with the Tarot of Little Secrets, and then pile 3 with just a regular, it's one of the original tarots. So you can pause the screen to pick your pile if you need, but we'll just get right into it here. So, pile 1. So, your oracle cards of advice: bridge the gap, communication. Walking across a bridge is easier than treading through water. Viewing both sides of the situation can create compassion and clarity. You're being asked to reach common ground to see both points of view. And cornucopia, prosperity. The earth is powerful and is reminded of your power by releasing any blocks abundance. Your value in yourself is the best. We have oracle card is library. Card is to with this card I always that information that you need about the situation in order to make a really well informed. You need to be willing to just like learn a little more, or making an we have creative in the obstacles in the reverse. So essentially the message that I'm getting here is there's more you need to learn about the situation with the bridge. They see both points of view or both sides. Some sort of block on your end, or just some sort of inherent way or your viewing respect that you're kind of coming from. It's like an inherent picture that you have about something that's causing you to look at the situation narrow-mindedly or just through one side or just with one approach. So somehow being willing to like hear the other side out or see more into the other side of the perspective in the situation. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it's like hard to think clearly about like the smallest things. Also, I have an autoimmune disease and then I have anxiety and I like pick at my nails. So if you ever notice my thumbs, that's why. But sorry, sometimes it's like hard to think through like the most simplest stuff about this. But the messages come like so much easier than all the technical stuff. So, in this, from being able to truly connect with someone in a way that you can grow together, due to like I was saying, is something inherent in your perspective or your point of view that is making it difficult for you to see the situation from all sides or to make a choice, kind of like coming from a place of compassion, if you will. um, it's like there's like more to see here, and so it starts with like looking within yourself to see where you're like blocked off, or what has caused you to set these like preconceived ideas or pictures surrounding the situation. So then you come in the situation just like with this inherent mindset. So it's like, even if you did have the chance or the potential to be really successful, you're like blocking yourself off from being able to connect with this thing, or to grow with this thing, or come together with whatever you desire in a way that continues to like, create that prosperity in the future, where people can come together and kind of like share and grow and connect over time, or like learn from each other. um yeah, like being blocked off from being willing to learn from like the people around you, or the people who like did it before you or something. So yeah, if there's some sort of miscommunication, just starting off by, or there's this it's like what something about your perspective is like kind of inaccurate, and so it's like stopping you from being able to be successful whenever you like try to go out and do it for yourself. So there's this energy of being willing to communicate with like the people around you, or the people that you're learning from, or the people that you have like seen do this before and be really successful. Being willing to like take advice from someone else, or just like, yeah, like people that are older than you or have more experience, or who have like kind of already done this and you've seen be successful. um but it's like for whatever reason you have some sort of like preconceived idea or judgment about that, or like going about it that way, which is like blocking you off from being in that more receptive energy. And we have to be in that more receptive feminine energy. That's like where the creativity like flows from. So you're kind of like blocking yourself off due to like a preconceived judgment about the approach that you need to take. So you could not even realize how closed off you are from really communicating or hearing out the people around you, because it's like that's not your intention. That's not like the place that you're coming from. So it's like, yeah, I'm just hearing like look more into the situation or read more into it, like look a little bit deeper, see what's like going on here on a deeper level, like with yourself, and how the energy you have is then affecting like the way you see something and stopping you from doing the things that it's like that you could do or that you need to do in order to be really successful for yourself, or to be able to like give back to the situation in a fair way. um, so your yes or no, we have reconsider. So yeah, it's just like wanting to dig more into it or learn more about the situation, or be willing to like hear someone else out, or like hear out or see the other side, instead of just like focusing on like what you're doing or the burden or the responsibility on your side. It's like somehow you have the control in the situation or the potential to create that opening or that flow and move towards it being more prosperous again. And so, yeah, it's like needing to look deeper, dig deeper, rework something, reconsider your approach, or just whatever is going on within yourself, to help kind of like turn this energy around for you. So yeah, it's with this pile, it's a no slash reconsider, but you do have like the power to turn things around or to change things or to grow in some way from this, and turn it into like a positive, however that like looks for you. So yeah, that's all I have for pile 1. So this was pile 2 with the tarot little secrets. So spiritual path, righteous. You are being called to do the right thing and take the high road above all else. Don't let your ego lead you astray. Be mindful to select choices that align with your true self and support spiritual growth. So you have chaos and horizon. So there could be, already we're picking up on, like with this pile here, you could be going through a time where you're being kind of like tested. You could end up going through some sort of chaos specifically in your life, or something really unexpected just like pops up in order to kind of test you on your spiritual path. And so this is a confirmation to like keep the faith or to continue forward. But I am getting like with this card that it's like just over the horizon type of energy. It's like you could be just stepping into something that's going to really test you or tempt you kind of like off your path here, or kind of deter you. Or it's like if you're questioning yourself or doubting, it's like the reason that you're here like looking up yes or no, or like asking this question in a reading, is because it's like something's trying to like lead you astray or tempt you off of your spiritual path. And it's like, yeah, like keep the faith, stand your ground, like whatever answer you know to be true to yourself, don't let anything else or anyone else come in and like lead you astray, deter you in any way. Um, with chaos, the advice is focus on the details and look to the distance. So, yeah, like instead of being so focused on like what's right in front of you or what's happening around you, like immediately, like actually kind of looking out ahead. And it's like okay, sometimes you get so into the trail, you're so focused on your feet and making sure you don't misstep that you forget to like look up and see like what's ahead of you or in front of you, or really experience the whole hike or the whole view. But then also, if you're so focused on your feet, sometimes you don't see like what's right in front of you. And if you're more vigilant or paying attention or like looking ahead on your trail, then you could see like chaos or something coming up in your future. So that's kind of the energy that's coming up here, is like if you are mindful, the energy that you could be just stepping into or unknowingly kind of shifting into, um, that could help to help keep you shielded. Unexpectedly come in and throw advice on how to kind of navigate that. Um, so some uh, boundaries, being anger, fire center, warm me that like having really strong boundaries. So that's a plus. That's a good thing that really out of any sort of like harm, while like just protecting like our integrity on our journey. So like sometimes people can kind of make you feel selfish or make you feel bad, for like standing your ground or having strong boundaries, but like having something that you stand on or having firm beliefs can actually be a really beautiful thing, and it can be really healthy, and allow you to take care of yourself in a really beautiful way. So that's always a reminder with that card. You guys have the Two of Cups. So this temptation that kind of comes in could be in regards to love. It could be in regards to like someone trying to like some sort of like a romantic partner or something coming in and trying to kind of like tempt you or throw you off your path or lead you astray or convince you that it's okay to like say you have certain boundaries, spiritually for yourself within your path, then you're going to, meet partners who are going to try to kind of tempt you or sway you into doing things, that are not necessarily healthy for you. So, like, say drinking is not super healthy for you, and then you meet someone and they're um, not necessarily encouraging you to drink. I mean, they could be. That's kind of what I'm getting in this card. But also, it's like they're just encouraging you to let loose and have a good time. And then you find yourself taking in those habits that you would normally not participate in. So it's kind of like tempting or threatening your boundaries, if you will. And so it's like if you were to kind of stand on your boundaries, then you may kind of like lose certain relationships or be afraid that you will lose certain relationships. But with this look to the future, like the look to the horizon here, it's like this might be fun right now, in the moment, but it's like you have the spiritual awareness or insight to be able to look ahead and see like where this is going or where this is leading you, where this is tempting you, like over time. And so it may not even be in a romantic relationship. It could be like a job that kind of pushes you outside of your boundaries or kind of pushes you to like test your values in certain ways, or um, yeah, even like friends. Sometimes it's like we end up getting tested in certain situations that we would normally um, not participate in. Anything that just kind of leads you astray and like tempts you to, partake in those things that you have already kind of decided that those behaviors and actions weren't really right for you. So it's like, say you have chosen to be like celibate until you are in a more serious spiritual commitment, or, and then you find yourself being swayed by certain people to like test those limits or test those boundaries. And it's like kind of fun and exciting in the moment, but it's like spirits reminding you that like in the future, as you try to like progress on your spiritual journey and you don't necessarily line up or match up with those people, when you ultimately part ways, it leaves you feeling like really empty and just yeah, you can almost kind of turn that into like anger at yourself for not having those boundaries, or just feeling like kind of used or upset, um, because it was like then ultimately not in alignment with you. So it's like then from the beginning, if you take that time to look ahead and be like, okay, is this going to continue to work out for me or continue to be in alignment with me over time? Like, should I, compromise myself in certain ways in order to like have fun right now? Or like, should I participate in certain things in order to have connection in my life right now? And then, whenever you're able to make those kind of uncomfortable decisions and like stand on those choices, it could be really healthy for us and save us from like a lot of like toxic relationships or just like heartache in the long run. If we're able to like stand on our values and our boundaries right away and see like, okay, certain situations and relationships either are or aren't going to be right for us over time. And so, um, yeah, it's like some of us are on like very specific paths where it's like you only want to give your time and energy to certain things that are going to continue to like give back to you and be in alignment with you and kind of like keep you on your journey that you've already worked so hard towards, is what I'm hearing. So it's, yeah, there's something here where it's like certain relationships or situations around you could be just kind of testing your boundaries in little ways. But it's like you do get something out of this, or like you feel like it's like these people do kind of make you warm or give back to you like right now in the moment. Like it is kind of like all fun and good. But is it like genuine, long lasting, like more of that pure, innocent joy, or is it like more kind of like devious or um, something that over time will just lead you astray on your spiritual journey or your spiritual path. So yeah, it's like up for that's just kind of the energy I'm getting here. So in this pile, I guess it's up for each person to decide for yourself based off of like whatever situation, whatever your situation is. And this is just kind of like a general reading. So it's like, you have the um, intuition to know really what's best for you and what's right for you. So you could be in a place of just kind of already questioning things. And so it's like, exactly which direction you need to go in, or like what's going to be healthy for you over time. And yeah, you're smart enough to make like really healthy choices for you that will leave you in a position in the future to look back and be like, wow, I'm so proud of myself for being able to stand my ground or have those really firm, healthy boundaries for myself to get to where I am today, to have this like really positive, healthy spiritual connection that makes me really warm. That's another thing I'm getting. It's like having the strength to like look ahead and discern what's right and what's not in the very beginning. It's like you can get a lot of the things that aren't right for you out of the way right away, and just clear all that out and get to the people that are going to match you and like fill you up or fill your cup up, like bring you that warmth that you need. It's like then you find yourself in a really healthy, well balanced situation. You look back and you're like, I'm so thankful and happy that I had the strength spiritually to like stay committed to my path and like stay really firm and grounded on on the boundaries that I had, and like stand for something specific, because then you get that like specific energy back into your life, like someone that can match you on an emotional level here and give back to you the way that you do, like see you. So yeah, I'm also getting that message as well. So we have get more information. So, like in right now, in this present moment, you could be in the midst of like setting those boundaries for yourself or really digging in and deciding what is best for yourself. But it's like just over the horizon, just in the future, you could step into something where you're going to be really just overjoyed and happy and thankful that you were able to like stand firm and get to this place to have something that's so emotionally in alignment with you, like in your life, to be able to connect with something in that way. So it could be like a relationship or a job or friendships or whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes we have to like make those sacrifices as we learn more about certain things, just knowing that over time it's not going to continue to line up, but that only leads us to those people or situations that then do line up and like fill our cup in the ways that we uniquely need, right? Because we're all different and we're all on different individual journeys, and that is okay. So, yeah, that's what I have for pile two. So, this one's kind of interesting. It's not necessarily a yes or a no. It is kind of like a no so that you can have a yes. Um, or like a yes so that you don't have to have a no. Um, but it's definitely like a get more information. Um, Not maybe. That's not the energy. It's more of like something is a no so that something else can be a yes, or something else is going to be a yes, and so you have to let other things be a no, type of an energy. So having the discernment to be able to really decide that for yourself and start to build that spiritual foundation, where you can just kind of intuitively sense if something is going to be for you or not. Like you can start to develop that connection with your own tuition. So that's what this pile is kind of going through. Is what I'm getting. Like the situation could be kind of transforming or changing. So yeah, that's what I have for pile two. Pile three. What's this here? So we have Cave of Comfort. A time is needed for self care and solitude. This is a time to redirect your life that centers within your heart. The healing starts when you align your mind, body, and soul. And we have Shore. So you could like going to the water, because we have like two bodies of water here. So yeah, going to water could be, because water is very um, spiritually healing, and it helps us connect more to like the ethers, if you will. So going to like water or sitting by water to meditate can help you kind of clear your mind and kind of help bring the answers that you need into you. So yeah, with the retreat here, um, the advice for sure is be ready for change. So this pile here could be about to go through some sort of rapid change in their life, and so spirit is saying just going and like taking a time out to rest and retreat and replenish your mind, body, and soul. Give back to yourself in some way. So if you don't actually live by water, you could like maybe take a bath or do something that makes you feel really calm and relaxed, and like some sort of self-care that makes you feel like you're giving back to yourself in order to help adjust to the changes ahead or whatever's coming up. So we have the Seven of Cups. So um, if you whatever changes you're going through, it's like what direction you need to take, or the way that you need to approach things, the specific action that you need to take. It's like not clear here. You could be actually literally choosing between like multiple things. Um, or say, okay, if you've been in a period of inaction or just like not being able to make a choice or a decision, not knowing what's best, it's like you're no longer going to be able to be in that limbo. Like something, um, there's some sort of change coming into the situation, whether you're ready for it or not. And so the advice here is to just like take a second or take a time out to kind of gather yourself and be prepared, or be in the best like energy to handle like whatever's to come. But also there's this, okay, what I'm getting is like if you've been having a hard time like making some sort of choice or decision, and you just felt really overwhelmed, or it's you just couldn't get like a clear one way or the other, like what you should do, which direction you should go in, what you should choose, which one you should go with, how you should do things, your approach, etc. um, doing something, some sort of retreat for yourself, or taking some sort of time out for yourself in a way that makes you feel really cared for, or like, maybe like actually go on like a little mini vacation or something. I keep hearing like cabin in the woods, or um, in whatever way that's like accessible to you. Yeah, like go sit by some water, sit by a river, sit by a lake, sit by the beach, sit in your bathtub, even if it's literally just like close the door and yeah, like take a bath with candles for like an hour, while your family goes crazy in the living room. um, whatever it is, like if you, yeah, have that like intentional time out for yourself, that's whenever you can get like those best downloads. Or that could be there's something where there's like a lot of chaos around you, or there's about to be a lot of chaos around you, to where it's like makes that's what's making it so difficult. If you could just turn off like the outside noise and just find some sense of peace for yourself, or create some sort of peace like around yourself, then that will, like, it was like it will come through really clearly all of a sudden, or you'll finally be able to breathe, or finally be able to think. And then it's like you start to realize like how important that type of self-care is, and like actually taking the time out to, schedule in, like, okay, I need to make sure I'm taking a really good bath, like, once a month or something, or once a week, or you just realize like you can't go that long without like shutting things out and creating that sense of quiet for yourself. Like, no matter how big your responsibilities are, and no matter how much you have going on in your life, it's like you still have to like take that time to prioritize that like self-care. So that could be the change, is like you being forced to, something here forcing you to make a change in your routine, to where then you actually take that time out for yourself. And then that's going to lead to a really positive change, as far as then you can think more clearly, you can get like make better decisions for yourself, or you just feel more confident in the decisions that you're making, or is like, more intuitively like what's best for you, or how to handle things. You don't feel so overwhelmed like in the day to day. So then it's like being forced to make this change led to like the best change within yourself in some way, or it's like it affects like your whole household in like a really positive way. So then you realize again like the importance of that type of self-care, like taking time out for yourself in some way, in order to make the like most well-informed, healthy choices. So the Yeah, it's like there's with that energy, what I'm hearing right now is like you're not, again, it's not taking that time out for self-care, like not giving back to yourself, nurturing yourself, like doing little things for yourself, even if it's, if you're a guy watching this, or someone that's like um not really into self-care, like even guys can like take baths and um, do little things for themselves, or like people with a lot of responsibility on their shoulders for others can still um, take that time out to do those things for themselves and give back to themselves. Like with the Queen of Wands, I'm just getting this energy of like taking the time to like brush your hair and stare at yourself in the mirror and moisturize. And so yeah, like no matter what gender you are, um, or however you like, if you're not really into that type of stuff, it's like that uh, you could be going through where you're like learning that that's actually really important for literally everybody to yeah, just take that time to like nurture yourself and give back to yourself, and like stare at yourself in the mirror, and um just be like, yeah, I am beautiful and fierce, and I handle all this stuff, and I'm capable of making strong, healthy choices like for myself and my family. I'm getting this energy of like the viewers in this pile are like a caretaker, like you have like a lot of responsibility, like like a mother type of energy, or like like a provider in some way, like a um someone who goes out and like works for the family, or like earns money for the family, or like a mom who's like stays at home and is like constantly taking care of everybody else, or something like that. uh I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog in the background just going off. Um, she's not stopping, so it's actually kind of hard to. Wow, okay. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what you guys are going through. Okay, literally. Okay, this is so fitting, because I was picking up on this energy of, it's like you're trying to think clearly, you're trying to make choices, but then there's always something that you're responsible for, that you have to take care of. Bella, you need to stop now. Stop. You have to quit. It's like something that you're like responsible for is like constantly pulling your energy away, your attention away, constantly distracting you from being able to, like, for me right now, I'm trying to do this reading and I go based off of downloads. So like as I stare at the cards, spirit will literally put, like, I'll see the words in front. Bella, you need to stop now. Quit. Like Bella, you have to quit. So that's my chihuahua, right? And obviously my neighbor, my landlord, or someone's outside doing something and she's upset about that. She's barking, or it's just could be because I'm in here talking and she's just mad that she's not in here too. So, but that's exactly what I was getting this image in my head of, like, you trying to do self-care, trying to take time out for yourself, trying to take a bath, and it's like you can just hear like your family going crazy, or your kids, or your work texts going off, or whatever it is. It's like whatever you're responsible for that you take care of is the second that you start to like draw into yourself and give what you need, give back to yourself, nurture yourself, like get something done for yourself. Just get those downloads that you need, right? That's what I was saying before my dog interrupted me again. That's Bella, stop. See, every time I get to this part, she just starts barking again. I don't even think anyone's even outside anymore at this point. It's just she won't stop. I guarantee you no one's out there anymore. She just literally won't stop. Bella, like, as I was trying to say way before, I read off of, like, I get downloads, and so as I stare at the cards, the words that I need to say will like appear in my brain, like almost like they're on a screen. I don't know how else to describe it. And whenever there's a lot of outside noise or outside distraction, everything in my brain gets fuzzy and I can't read the words that, like, they're still coming in, but I can't read them or personally connect with them. And it is the most frustrating. Like, I'll actually get really, really upset if my pets do this to me all day long, or what. Like, if at that point I consider it's like I'm experiencing spiritual warfare or something, and then I will go out of my way to sage my space, or like do something to clear my space, take a bath. Like, I will actually physically make an intention to like expel that energy out of my life so that it's no longer affecting my pets, so it's no longer affecting me, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what you're going through too. It's like there's constantly so much outside chaos, outside distraction, outside noise distracting you. It's like the second that you get that time or that second for yourself to do what you need to do to like clear your energy, then you have all this stuff constantly pulling at you. So it's like you have to set a very clear intention in your life to like expel that energy away from you in order to clear that up. It's like my dog is still barking this entire time. Like, she will not, I guarantee you there's no one outside anymore. It's like, so after this, I'm going to have to sage my entire house and just do like a whole ritual to expel that spiritual warfare out of my life. And I really believe that is coming through because this is what you guys are experiencing. I was literally picking up on this, and I don't even remember anything I was like really saying before, but I do remember like I was getting that image in my head of like you, like the viewers, like trying to take a bath or trying to do something to just like take a second for yourself to be able to breathe and think through what you need to see or what you need to know, what you need to like just to be able to think clearly, to make a good well-informed decision. And it's like you can never ever do that for yourself, and so it's almost like you just give up, like you've just decided like that's impossible, there's no way I can have that, like and so you just completely give up and you've just decided like there's no way for me. And so you just try to function under this chaos, and you cannot do that anymore. It's not going to work. Like the spirit is saying here is like you are being forced to make a change. So you're going to have to set some sort of intention. You're going to have to set some sort of boundary very firmly in your life, even if it's like your children. Like, it's like, especially if they get to a certain age, like they, you have to be like give back to yourself. If you're in a position to where the way that you're taking care of others leaves you absolutely no time for yourself whatsoever, and you've just decided, oh, this is just the way it is, like there's no way for me to, like, you have to make some sort of change in your routine, or you have to like speak with the people around you and let them know that this is not working for you. Like, say it's a job and you have absolutely no free time for yourself to give back to yourself whatsoever. Is you cannot continue to go forward like that, because it's like you can't operate clearly in any other way in your life, because you're not able to like take care of yourself in the way that you need to. So it's like you have to make time for like rest and retreat. And so it's like if the people around you are expecting so much out of you that they're not allowing that, you have to, it's like you're going to come to a point where something's got to give. So it's like you have to sit down and have a conversation with them and be like, look, this is too much. Like, it's, I can't ever give back to myself or take care of myself in the ways I need to, like, whatsoever. And it's like you will start to like break down, or it's like it will just become impossible for you. Like, my dog was so bad there for a second. I like lost the whole energy of the reading so badly. I almost just like stopped the reading and just put like disclaimer pile 3 didn't work out on there. But I just like stayed really, really firm and just continued to like hold my boundary and not allow my dog to deter me. And now she's finally quit, like, so it feels impossible as I was sitting here and she's just barking and I'm all the way in here and I'm saying, Bella, stop, and she won't stop. It's like it feels like, okay, she's not gonna stop, and I might as well just end the reading. I may as well just give up. But I don't just give up, and so yeah, that's why I want to encourage everyone that's like watching this pile here today. It's like you don't have to just give up or give in or just decide like, okay, that's just the way it is. Like, I just don't get to take care of myself, or that's just, it's like that's kind of like giving to others or giving back to others like to a fault, without being able to like prioritize yourself, take care of yourself, give back to yourself, do those little things for yourself to like nurture yourself, and do what it is that you need to do to be like okay, and to be able to operate from like a really healthy, well-informed place and make really healthy, conscious choices for yourself that give back to you. Because it's like the more you operate like this, the less clearly you're able to think, and then it's like the less and less you're able to like hold firm on your boundaries or like operate from like a healthy mindset and continue to make like good, well-informed choices that give back to you or just keep you um in the right like headspace, if you will. And so yeah, taking, no matter how hard of a worker you are, or how like much your responsibility is, or how much your family needs you, or whatever it is, it's like even just taking like a weekend to just like off to just go and like do something to give back to you, like, mom breaks, or if you're a workaholic, like, or like dad breaks too. But if you're just like a workaholic, like weekends, weeks off, time off is actually a good thing, and it helps you operate from a better place. It makes you like better at whatever you're trying to do, because you're just coming from a place of like really taking care of yourself. And so with this pile, we have look for a sign for your yes or no answer. So with this pile, your yes or your no is going to depend on like if it basically depends on how you ask the question. Um, there is change ultimately coming in the situation. So if you ask like, is there a change coming? Then it's like yes, but it's like you're the one that's capable of making the change. But something could kind of happen around you that you're not in control of to kind of like force you to then make the change. So it's like comes in a way that is not necessarily what you expect, but then it still kind of unfolds, if you will. I'm getting that here. There's some sort of like shocking, like with this here, there's going to be some sort of like shocking or unexpected aspect or something to where it's like once it um, pops off or drops in, it's like not what you expected, not what you had thought it had looked like. So it's like you maybe didn't realize how much you were actually in control of the situation and the outcome, and um, the degree in which you could be really successful. um, so yeah, there's something here where it's like you're more in control, or you have a lot more power over the situation than you had realized. um, yeah, so I think that's all I have for pile 3. So thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading, if you made it through the kind of chaotic moment with my dog. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really great day.